Hello everyone, welcome to Sean Bell's baby shower. We will be talking parenting stuff until pizzas arrive and then we'll leave you alone for the rest of the night. Sean,
James is here.
Varley's wandered off again.
I'm here.
my arm is here. Should we start with a game? Do you want to play a game, Sean?
Oh, Christ, go on.
Fun little game.
Yeah.
I've prepared something for you.
James, you look even less thrilled about this than me.
I'm just tired. It's, slagging off games on the computer game show, it does take it out.
It is hard work.
Are you aware of what these are?
I am, and I think I know what's coming. And I'm excited.
We have a selection of nappies for Sean, as you can see.
Which brand are they?
There's numbers. They were own brand. They were only £1.50 for 20. And
Could use them.
I'll sort this for. So this is a game that people play at baby showers that involves nappies. Inside, as you can see, there are numbers. Inside the nappies, you can see we've got a variety of different chocolates. And Sean's task is to guess what chocolate is in each nappy.
Yeah.
And as you're aware, the only way he could possibly do that is by licking the chocolate out of the nappy. So, Sean...
Yeah.
Number one, please.
Okay.
And everyone get ready to clip this and put this everywhere.
Oh fuck me.
God.
That does that. I know.
Yeah, I know you know,
But still,
I know what you're
I'm having an unavoidable visceral reaction to this.
The camera's seen this, yeah?
Okay.
You need to show that to the camera. No, you need to show that to the camera.
Oh, sorry, yeah. There you go.
Now the camera's seen it.
That's a Snickers, right?
That is a Snickers,
You
Sean.
got it.
Well
You got
done.
it in one.
He
loves the Snickers.
Number two.
What Sean
we
doesn't
have-
know is that one of them is real.
Number two. There we go. For number two in the nappy.
I am sniffing each one, by the way.
That's okay.
I sniff each one.
Alright.
That's also what you do as a dad.
Okay. Oh, it's Bounty.
It is a bounty.
Yeah.
Well done. At number two.
I
That's
like
two for two.
Finish
Very
up.
good. I think they get a little bit more complicated here. Here's number three, which I think is more of an ill baby.
Oh,
Jesus
holy
Christ.
baby.
Let's see if you can get that one. Why are you not taking photos of this? I mean, everyone is going to be used for the rest of your life.
Oh.
This is arriving?
I don't know what that is.
I actually feel a bit sick.
Oh, God.
I actually feel a bit... Oh, I don't...
Is it Milky Way?
I have to admit,
It's
though,
a Milky Way! He smashed it! He smashed it!
This guy knows his shit.
Well done. And the final one is a little bit sticky here. Look.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's a wet one.
It's it's a wet one. Sean, can you tell me what's in this nappy?
Fucking.
Oh God.
Have another little taste.
No, I'm going to. I'm just.
Mm.
actually,
Oh, no, hang
I'm
on.
feeling a bit nauseous.
It's a Mars bar.
It's a Mars bar,
Yeah.
correct. There we go. That's 4 for 4. That's really well
Yeah.
done.
Fucking
well
yeah.
done, Sean.
This was actually one of your better ideas, though.
Well,
quite a good one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've looked, this is what Jo played at her baby shower. And I'm
Sorry, so
thinking-
people have just tuned in.
you wait until the tweet goes up. And I just thought, well, I'm just doing this for the photos more than anything. Because
Yeah, yeah.
my word, I've got a video as well. That's all
Yeah.
done. My well done, Sean. Round of applause for Sean, please.
Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable.
I know my chocolate bars.
Yeah, but for the people who came in late, and we're not.
No, it's fine.
We're not explaining it. He's becoming a dad. You've got to know these things.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. Goodbye, everybody. We're. Oh, Sean, how's it going? Are you? What are you most worried about for when the baby arrives?
So I gather, like, just worrying about it stopping breathing is a thing.
Yep.
And every, like, 10 minutes you'd be like,
I will never forget the first night when Harry got home, right?
Yeah.
And Jo had been in hospital with overnight on her own for over a week. I think it was about a week.
Mhm.
And I remember I said to her, "Just go to sleep tonight. I will.
Yeah.
If I have to stay up all night, I will stay
I
up all
did that.
night."
It was
And that's totally fine. So just
Mm.
get some sleep.
Yeah.
And Joe woke up at 6 a.m, walked in the front room and found me a complete mess. Because what I would do is he'd be in his Moses basket next to the sofa,
Yeah.
and I'd lay down
Mm.
and he'd make a noise. And I'd go, "Oh, is everything all right? Why is he making that noise?" And then I'd go, "Right, okay, it's fine." I'd lay down and then he wouldn't make a noise. And why isn't he making a noise?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Can't win.
That's the worst thing.
The whole night, it was
Yeah.
absolutely horrific.
And then, like, I obviously, before Eddie hadn't slept with a baby in the room, so you don't know how noisy they are. I'm like, they're always being like,
Yeah, is this right?
like, oh, is this, what's that breathing sound? Why they're snorting and
But then you
grunting?
get the look like the. Why is there no sound now?
Yeah, it's
And then
like,
it's
Yeah,
like, I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go and check.
Well,
Can't win either way.
to be
like,
fair,
yeah.
I was out with you last night.
Yeah,
So, like, James was a bad snorer. We all went to bed, and, like,
it's a
so
medical
he-
condition.
and, like, we heard him snoring, and then, like, I got to my room, and I got outside the door, and then I couldn't hear you snoring anymore. I was like, what do I do now? Do I just, like, go in and check? Like,
You should have checked if I was still
well,
breathing. 'cause I
I didn't go into I didn't go to bed until I'd heard there was some sound. I was like,
Yeah.
let's go back. But it was, I was
Did you ever
definitely-
go? Oh, that because that happens.
I didn't
quite
know.
a lot.
I was like, we've heard this for hours. Why am I not hearing the sound now? Do I go in and save your life? But
Yeah, that. I mean, I'm not thrilled about changing nappies, but I gather that just becomes routine.
fine.
Like,
Yeah,
it's just- yeah.
No, you never get used to it.
It's fine.
But what you don't know,
I
right?
do. After the first day, like whatever. I'm
No,
just-
yeah, but babies' poo changes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they go from this weird orange like stuff
It starts
to
out
like proper
black,
poo.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We never had a black poo. But
Oh,
it was
yeah,
always
sorry,
orange.
yeah.
And
It's
I'll be
hard.
honest,
It's hard.
when I went back to work
Kiss horrible.
after paternity leave, right,
Mm.
I kind of missed that smell of the like, proper baby poo. It wasn't
No.
that bad.
Oh.
I didn't
It's-
mind it.
That's the thing, though. It doesn't. I don't think it smells bad
No, it
because
doesn't.
it doesn't smell like a full-on like human shit.
Yeah.
So it's because
Because I
it's not.
suppose there's so
'Cause
little
it's-
waste.
Yeah.
It's just all milk, but
Yeah,
but then it comes to the solids when
Yeah.
they start eating
Yeah,
solids.
that-
it
That's a
is
fucking nightmare.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
So like, because what did you guys? Because I mean, yeah, this is just baby questions now. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
So what did you do with regards to transitioning to solids? Because apparently some people now just like don't, like as soon as there's teeth, just like right there you go, there's real food.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
we did baby-led weaning really early on, so just to see what she felt, what she
Yeah,
liked,
yeah,
and
yeah. Well, yeah, because apparently it's really good for just developing, like, so they're not fussy later on.
yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah,
developing
yeah.
their
So
palate.
we did baby-led weaning, so that's just if she wants to have some, she can, rather
Yeah,
than wait
yeah,
for a
yeah.
certain time. But
Yeah, sure, yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, I really don't remember that.
I remember Joe having like it was more to do with a length of time. So I think it was
Right.
like once they're 6 months, now I could start on solids.
Okay.
And then we started with that rice shit. What
Yeah,
was it?
yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, baby rice or whatever.
Did you ever try any of
Baby
that
rice.
stuff?
No,
Just
no, I'm a
curiosity.
really bad eater. Like really.
I
fucking
tried a bit.
sick.
It's just
I
so
tried.
bland.
I tried some of that. You know, like the Johnsons and Johnsons. You know, like in the what's it called, the jar.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, one of those-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
And it's funny because I tried a bit, like, because I've been feeding like Asher that for a while.
Yeah.
And you know, like when you go out, sometimes you need some things like that. Sometimes, and
Yeah.
I've been feeding him that, and then I tried it myself, and I felt really guilty. So I was like, "This is disgusting. Why am I feeding this to you?"
Yeah.
It was, not so
Yeah.
Well, let's. So we've got some things in the chat. Ash Guyver says, "Share your didn't get the nappy on in time stories." Well, this is it. I mean, there's loads of them, but the amount of times you'd be surprised. The amount of times a baby will shit, and then it takes ages to sort out.
Yeah, and then
You
they-
put a new nappy on, and they just shit
Immediately,
again.
Yeah,
Like,
that is
immediately.
the
You're like,
most frustrating thing is when that happens. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we're all done. It's all good.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes later,
Mm.
it's happened again.
Yeah.
It's,
And when they do, is that something you have to deal with immediately, or is
Yeah.
there a window?
Well,
No, it's, I mean, no, you can.
Because they're
you
often
can,
screaming, and,
Yeah.
and that's just the wife.
Did you ever have to the point where the baby's just done a shit, but you know that the shift is changing between
Yeah.
you and your
Oh,
wife?
yeah,
and
yeah,
you're just
I'll
feeling,
leave
you put it
there.
off.
just like
Yeah.
leave it just for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh,
yeah.
look, this is
Oh, and then you go in and like say it's your turn to go to sleep, and then you go into the bedroom, you shut the door, you hear, oh, come on, Harry, I think you've done a poo poo. And I'm like, yeah.
I used to do that when I went
pretty
to
bad.
work because I used to work in the evenings, and I used to go in there and it's like, oh yeah, that's happened. Then you're like, I think maybe I've got to go now to work. So, but I think maybe there's a bit of a mess there.
Baby shit in a bath is fun. That's never
no,
happened
no,
to me.
no,
Yeah,
we've
that's
had that.
never- I was really surprised.
Part of me was like, excited for that bit, but then
What?
Well, no, 'cause I thought it'd be like
Exciting?
hilarious. And like,
It's
oh my god,
actually, it's
bath
pretty
towel.
awful when you get
Yeah,
when you get a floater, and it's like it's
Oh
disgusting.
mate,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
rank.
she-
No,
never
we've
did
never had that. Yeah.
But yeah, I've had so many times where it's been like brown liquid just like pouring down her legs. Like, oh,
Is that
Someone at the door.
oh god, pizza's here.
And the pizza's here.
Pizza time, boys.
We fill up on
Haven't
chocolate now.
really, really got my appetite.
Keys?
Oh, you better let him know that we're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, real
Uh,
silly.
Well, we were going to
Fuck off.
cancel
Hang
the
on, hang
show
on.
off.
I'll be alright. Okay, get him.
Just when we turn out, he's not even there.
Yeah.
He is.
Yep. I'm pretty certain he's been there a while actually, because
Do you reckon?
I think I heard some banging a minute ago.
Oh shit. Well, there's all stuff piled up in front of the door. Do you want to just let him know?
Have you let him know that you're coming?
Well, I've turned the light on, so he knows I'm there.
You've done sign language to the door of I've lost
We're
my
not getting our
keys.
pizza tonight. Anything else for the chat? I react to my I retract
Oh,
my
it's about, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they're in the back door.
I don't think Matt's told him that he's coming.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
You better.
I turned the light on,
Just,
he knows.
just a minute.
I-
It's an issue.
Oh, amazing. In a car journey, shit stories.
Oh yeah, I've had loads of those.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst one we had was with the sick. Actually, not shit. I mean, that was when Chen was going to get a permanent visa, and it was like an important event actually, because it was like we'd paid like it's a whole ton of money. It had been loads of forms, all this stuff to fill out, and we didn't have any childcare, so we had to take the kids with us.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you're going to like London to get it all sorted out, you know, and I'd driven for about an hour on the way there. And
That's a
then
good
suddenly,
point. Could you imagine if the curtains were open and the pizza guy turned up and looked in the window to Sean eating what looks like shit out of a nappy?
But yeah, Ash Guy also says, yeah, did you ever make the choice to just cut the baby grow off rather than pull it over the head?
yes. Yeah, we've lost so many baby girls.
Oh, that is a fucking good point. You
Yeah.
can never have enough. Like,
I
you
remember you
think,
saying,
oh,
yeah.
we've got
You've got
loads.
your
but
Tranmere
no,
one.
you-
It's
yeah,
I've
absolutely
also
gutted.
got basically H&M do really great like ones open from the side.
Ah,
and they're
okay.
amazing rather than having to get over their head. But yeah, so many
Oh,
times
yeah, last year, innit?
such a
that's-
massive
yeah.
shit that basically we had to cut it off
Right.
and we put it in the bin.
We're really sorry, but we ordered
hungry.
pizza. We thought it was going to be a long time.
Who
so-
ordered wedges? Give us
Me.
fucking wedges.
I didn't order wedges.
No, you got the
No,
kicker,
I've that's mine. That's
Chicken
mine.
tenders,
Kicker's combo, yeah.
Then what's
I
this?
think-
No, that's it.
Basically,
That's mine.
no,
I think,
so that's James's. That's the Kicker's combo. That's got all
So
of them.
where's my
wings.
garlic pizza bread?
half of this
Oh,
is.
What's in there?
motherfuckers. Chick
Really,
hot
they
dogs.
totally fucked this. That's right.
Have they?
Yeah, it's all
Welcome,
messed up.
evening, Hughes James.
Fucking brilliant.
Have they really? Okay.
Yeah.
What's on the other one?
So
Right.
that's
So
meteor with
that's me.
pineapples.
That's me.
Right.
Yeah, that's you.
So that's
That's
me.
you,
I think.
yeah, that's
right,
you. So,
okay.
Matt,
So
this
I
is
was like,
me,
so
yeah.
anyway.
We'll manage.
Yeah, I know one of the cardinal sins is basically like don't eat on a podcast, but
Here we
Well,
are.
this isn't a podcast. This is a Twitch stream.
This is us
People
fucking
are
around.
used to this.
good point.
It's all good.
Oh, you
That's-
fucking mushrooms
that's
on
your
yours.
side,
Yeah.
that's
Get 'em
my
off.
side.
Do you don't like mushrooms?
No.
Sorry, so you
Oh, I'm a
ordered
big fan
a
of the
garlic
mushroom.
bread?
Is this
thing?
mine?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Fucking
we'll share it.
onion off and all.
Anyway, yeah, so baby stuff and that. Shall I get some plates?
No, we're
Don't
alright.
know, we're alright. I'm scumming it up.
Yeah. So, do you think that live show worked? Have we got any feedback from the live show? Because I think it did.
I was right.
Matt
good.
feels less pumped than he did for the PSVR one.
Yeah, like that one. I was like, oh, that was really good after that. But this one, I don't know. Hopefully it's alright.
I thought it was better than the PSVR one, personally.
You reckon?
Yeah. I missed it. Oh no. No, show was good. Cheers. Shame, sorry we couldn't be more chatty with the chat and stuff.
But we were on a deadline.
We were,
apparently.
yeah.
Yeah, the idea is basically we'll do, that show previously was like a regular episode. This will be much more of a chatty thing. So if you have any questions in the chat, let us know. We'll.
Did we not get a dip there?
Yeah, we must have.
There's a garlic one here.
Yeah, but that garlic one's from that, I guess, right?
Yeah, I've got two in here.
All right.
Is that yours? You've got.
mine, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it, alright.
Kudikus wants to know, Dave, you got Pez yet?
I have not got Pez yet. I can't really afford any games at the moment, and I didn't. To be honest, I didn't really fancy reviewing it.
Ramela Patar.
So yeah, bottled it.
I
Hold
can
on.
see-
This is another thing as well. Have you noticed that he's got stuffed crust for himself, but not for us?
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the thing was. Yeah.
You said, "Do you want stuffed crust?" Yeah, we want stuffed crust. Okay. No, we've just got the normal
It meant
one.
changing the whole thing.
Well,
Really.
you're paying extra.
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, drink.
Next. Next question. This is bad, isn't it?
Yeah. We should won't cut this.
Well, we might
Let's
have a
stop
podcast, but you can talk to us if you want. Is that Pete Molyneux? Hey, there he is.
Good boy.
Man, Capone Adam in the house. How you doing, Capone? Did you see any of the main show?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll definitely have a bit.
Matt, is your dad the BBC football commentator John Murray?
No.
No, apparently.
Sadly.
Sadly not.
So, did you have any other baby questions, or is it? Would it be? This is
No,
the problem.
man.
We covered about a lot of it last night, didn't we?
Yeah, like I feel like the the earliest stuff is like it's all just practical. It's the behavioural stuff that I'm worried about.
What do you mean?
Like when they actually start being a dick and how you react to that in a
Oh.
way that doesn't make them more of a dick.
Yeah.
Like whether immediately or in
Well,
later life.
Even worse is when they're a baby and they're being a dick.
Yeah.
You can't reason with it to not be a dick.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, just go to fucking sleep. You
Really
little.
good, yeah, thanks.
Is it due soon then? When's the when?
A couple of weeks. 4th of October. The due date.
Weeks.
Yeah.
I
What
was
she
gonna
rang?
say, so
What she
you'll have
rang
to
now?
stop drinking, but
What she rang? Yeah, I was going to ask the same question. I remember there was like the cut-off point for me. Like, no more drinking now, Matt, because we have to drive to the hospital at any point.
Yeah.
yeah, that was 2 weeks before. For me.
Yeah, same way.
Yeah.
That was 2 days before for me.
Was yours on time then?
No, it's 2 weeks late.
Yeah, it's mine.
We,
It's
we,
two weeks
actually,
later.
we knew we were getting a juice, so actually
Uh-huh.
it was all good.
Does Sean like Pixar and Disney movies?
Yeah. Well, Pixar, yeah.
Get
Disney
ready to
less.
watch them over and over and over again.
Yes, I assume I won't soon.
What's the one film that you've had to watch over and over and over again?
Cinderella. We've watched
Uh-huh.
that many times.
Okay, yeah.
That was it was one of Rachel's favourites.
And you're not allowed to just leave them to it, right? They want you to watch it
Often
with
they
them.
want you to watch it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, these days I could stick it on and just fall asleep.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never seen all of Trolls. I've always fallen asleep during that
You've
bit.
seen the was it the logos at the start
Yeah.
about 50 million times. That was sad.
Yeah, I've watched like Moana a million times, but I still like it. I'm actually really excited for the sequel.
Really?
Yeah, and I've seen loads of Frozen, of course. But no, sorry, I'm looking for the Frozen sequel. I've also seen loads of Moana. And then if it's not just the films, it's like the films at home, and then you win in the car, you're like, let's get the soundtrack on. So there's like Spotify soundtracks in the car, then you go home and you watch a film, and then you go back out in the car and you watch,
The one for
Yeah.
me was the Minions movie. I watched that so many times.
thankfully
worst-
sneaked into that.
The worst thing that I had was that because when my son was born, because then I had to go and study in China for like a year. Although it was for how long? It wasn't a year, but it was about sort of 10 months. And obviously this was terrible. Like it was difficult. And my daughter in particular was really upset by this.
Yeah.
And I came back during sort of like around January time for like a couple of weeks, and it was her birthday. And this was actually around the time about lying to her birthday. Actually, it was around that time.
No, no, you know that.
Yeah,
At the time.
that was mine. But no,
Sorry.
anyway,
We can talk.
it's fine.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
As a tough crust, nice.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, so then it was her birthday, so I said, well, let's go to the cinema. And we saw this film, Freebirds.
Right.
And it was this film where, have you ever seen it?
I've never even heard of it.
No, it's like it's one of those like B-list like DreamWorks
Yeah.
like kind of thing. It's not very good. But in the film, there's this whole thing about like this father like dying and like sacrificing himself for his family. She just bawled the whole way through the film.
Oh,
it was
Jesus.
terrible.
What a lightweight.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that, Dad?
Yeah. And at the same time, it was like because also Frozen had come out at the same time, and we opted not to see that and to see that instead, which was the worst decision we made. Not so good.
Yeah, no, we took Harry to the cinema for the first time for the first time ever, to see Cars 3, and that went surprisingly well. I thought he was going to be freaking out. Oh no, I think the first time we went was Despicable Me 3, but
Nice.
I was at work. Dad's Net. Yeah, we could run a Dad's Net for him, I think.
Does that not exist?
Does it a Dad's Net for? Not really. Is it? I'm not aware of one. You'd be more.
Why not?
If there was, there would be no
Because
fucking acronyms. I can tell you that.
There would definitely be some horrific shit in there as well. Pictures of
doesn't it as the
wives and stuff. Readers' wives section.
doesn't it as the Lad Bible forum section?
Yeah.
We're on there.
So, yeah, Capone said, "Lol, my girlfriend just walked by and asked, why are you watching people eating pizza?"
Yeah, this is the absolute worst.
I've just remembered.
Stream.
Yeah,
What are we-
and
what
I've just
the fuck are
remembered
we
this might
doing?
still be on in loading as well.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
alright.
There's no chance of that.
How's it gone in loading bar?
Yeah, this is horrific.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's not a proper stream.
Yeah.
This is like the after show party. We're inviting them to the after show party.
Mm.
And they're loving it. Like and subscribe.
Fucking having this stuffed crust, you know. It's pretty good.
You're a prick. Wait, you can take one of mine. I can have one of yours, yeah?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Good.
Have you seen what's happened with this?
That's
one
what
of
I
the slices? Have
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm taking one of yours.
you seen this? What's going on there?
What, do you want me to take this?
No, I'm just saying, look, if you look, the slice is half and half.
Yeah, you can have one of mine.
Oh, you can have that.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
I don't know what that
No,
is.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
I think that
Fucking-
is yours.
It's a monster.
I think that's yours.
Alright.
Yeah, so no Sean for a year. I'm really gutted.
Who do you want? Who in
Yeah.
the chat do you reckon we should get on the show in replace of Sean?
You know they're all going to say Denton.
Good. Then we'll be that. But who do you want to replace?
Yeah.
I want to hear your views.
Who's the dream fourth chair? Anyone. It doesn't
John.
matter.
Zib.
Zib.
Zang.
Come on.
I don't even know if he podcasts anymore.
Who's getting back at me?
Leon, good shout.
Leon will definitely be on
Adam
the list.
Capone, yeah.
Rovers will definitely be on the list. Capone would definitely be on the list. Chris Ban 87 definitely not on the list. All their girlfriends are asking what they're watching. Uzi,
Uzi.
yeah.
Good shout.
Denton's a good shout. Obviously. I'm partial to a bit of Gary Doosan myself. No one has ever said that. No.
Another vote for
Couple of
Zib.
Zibzang shouts.
People just want him back. It's been a while, hasn't it?
There's
I
all
said it probably turns out he's still doing a show and he's like really annoyed watching.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Where's he got to?
There's all of Zib's alternative accounts.
I think Tamor might be too busy.
Well, he told me
Wait.
that he wants to come on,
Alright,
Yeah.
oh, wicked.
so maybe it was just bullshitting you.
Yeah, guess so.
What makes you say that?
No, just as a weekly thing. I can't
Oh,
imagine it.
oh, right,
Like,
yeah.
of course,
no.
he'd be happy to do it as a guest.
None
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
is a weekly thing.
Ah, okay.
We're not sticking with anyone for a while. Hamilton, yeah, he's on the list.
Excuse me.
Well, we had Bratters, but I don't think he'd do it again.
Yeah.
We had. Oh,
Did you have
Spilt
Bratters
Milk.
on? Was that a week I couldn't do it?
Was it a week you couldn't do it?
I
Were
must
you
have-
on the Bratters episode?
I think
Yeah, I was,
yeah, I was on it. It must have been. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Partial.
Isn't
partial
your dad
to
doing
it.
Really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was really funny.
Isn't your dad doing one?
Yeah, so it was a kind of an idea that we had that we might do. I'm not just 100% sure on it yet, but my dad might do a full episode. It might be awful though, but I'm kind of thinking maybe.
I think it'd be
I don't
awfully
know.
good. Yeah.
Awfully good.
Yeah.
Brat is quality. Hamilton
Right.
is too big a character. Could see some clashes with Dave.
Well, we've been on podcasts together loads.
Yeah.
There was that famous episode of the Midnight Resistance podcast
Mm.
in which I talked him into admitting he was wrong about Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm. Which he's now forgotten about.
No, and he'll
Bang
come
on
up with
about
some
it again.
little stuff. Well, play again.
Yeah.
Play again. Find that episode. Pump it. In nightclubs. People will be loving that shit.
Yeah, man.
Know what I mean?
I'm surprised you haven't got any suggestions of like really massive people that we can try and get.
No, they are quite gettable people.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Pactor or
Gervais.
yeah. Yeah. Gosling.
Ash Guy says thinks Sean is very much like Gargles. Is that Darren Gargett? He'd be a good shout.
Oh yeah, Darren's good stuff. I know.
Oh,
I
yes,
wasn't
good,
on the podcast he was on, was I?
No, you weren't.
So he might be shit. We don't know until he's worked with the best in the business if he's going to be any good.
But people won't be able to tell you and him apart.
Matt, can you answer Capone's?
Well, Capone, if you link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, then you're now a Twitch Prime member, and you get 1 free subscription a month. And why not subscribe to us?
Why not?
Why not?
Sam White. I love Sam White and I want him on the show, but he's supposed to have been on this show about 4 times.
He's the
and
flakiest motherfucker
You
going.
just can't. So that's that.
Um,
Matt Castle would be great.
That cast will be amazing, but yeah.
I don't think he'd ever do it.
Adam, if you go to twitchprime.com, you can do all the stuff there. Yeah.
With support.
Sean was
chat
asking
now.
about EGX. Not much buzz. Since they moved it to Birmingham, innit?
It's a shame though.
Like,
They
it's-
still sell out every.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's
so-
bigger than ever. It's nothing. It's not that they're. Yeah. It's just that we don't go as much anymore.
No.
It's such a shame because I love the weekends of EGX. You know,
The
meeting
record.
you guys and everyone else in the podcast scene and
Mhm.
drinking a lot and playing games. I mean, watching the panels. It's brilliant. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely go. I don't care whoever it is. I'll
But we
definitely
weren't
go,
parents then either, so it's
Yeah.
a
No,
little
it's
bit
a
more.
different, yeah, I would love to go because it's always a brilliant weekend.
Come, take a seat. Come, join us for our meal. Come and sit down.
Yeah, just put the
Come.
TV on your dinner table.
It's
Pick
very
up.
much like Sean Bell's Last Supper.
And then and you be, oh really?
Well, I did suggest, didn't I, like putting the camera just like on the sofa as we're playing games,
Yeah.
so you can imagine you just sat with us. Like,
Yeah, you'd be loving it.
yeah.
You'd be absolutely loving it. Come and sit down. How many viewers have we got? What's that number at the top?
54?
Fucking hell!
54 people just watched
watching
us eat
everyone
fucking
pizza.
Jesus Christ.
You missed the bet.
What's wrong
best
with you
bit
all?
Where Sean was literally eating shit out of an apple.
Yeah, that was the fun bit.
Literally.
Yeah.
Does it see if there's been much reaction to that? I don't think we've had a single. We've had 3 likes. That's it.
Maybe I need to retweet it.
And then a video. A viewer will watch a video. No explanation.
Yeah.
Boom. Has anyone know? It's all about Frank's
What?
hot sauce, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's the business.
I can't do hot sauce, mate. I'm a child.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do anything spicy. Mate, if you put fucking pepper on something, it makes my nose run. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Excuse me.
Just trying to think of a way to work that.
I
into
hope there's not like
things.
too much detail. No one needs to see like this when we're just eating food.
Well,
Well,
this
that's it. They're loving
This
it.
is horrendous, but we'll carry on.
Is this 1080p or 720?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's 10
They've just been loving
Well
it.
done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right. Is that our garlic and mayo sauce, given that you had one?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, you go
Right,
for
cool,
it.
thank you.
Was there any questions for Sean? This is
4K.
literally Sean's last pod
Yeah, I'm literally
for
going
a
to
long,
die.
long time.
Oh, yeah, yeah, 720. Go for that.
Yeah, come on. Questions for Sean, please, in the chat.
Yeah.
Ask him
Anything. I mean,
computer
this-
game
yeah.
show related.
Yeah, this is the time to really. He's gonna bet. Oh, this is a Sean Bell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
bet.
come on.
This is
Bears
it.
all.
This
What
is
did you?
it.
What have you
Truth
always
or dare?
wanted to ask me?
And yeah, any like beef you want to know about, any like rumors. Just need to dig deep.
Dramas.
Yeah, any drams.
No. They're quite happy watching us eat.
Zero
Mhm.
drams.
Yeah, imagine someone's like, "Can you just not?"
Why do you not drink?
Because I don't want to. Next question.
Don't get arsey. We literally asked for that shit.
Yeah, I know, but answered that question a lot over my life. And
No,
it's
but
just
is there a reason that you don't talk about, or is it you
No.
just don't like?
just don't fancy it.
There's something in it.
End of.
What have you done to make
Smash.
just the right side of your facial hair turn right?
What I did was when I was 3, I contracted a virus, which then triggered me having vitiligo. Which
Why
is
are you
a.
getting angry with the questions?
No, I'm answering the question.
What I did was contract a virus. Yeah. So thanks for bringing that up. also because I don't want to drink.
I have an autoimmune condition called vitiligo, which means my immune system kills off the pigment in my skin, and to an extent, it affects my hair as well. So that's why I have like.
Isn't that what
Like bits.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson?
It is. So Michael Jackson got it, and he just bleached it because he didn't. Because you get like it comes out in patches.
No.
So yeah, he sort of freaked out. And to be fair, like I don't really bang on about it a lot because like I'm quite pale anyway, so it didn't really. And I got it because I got it when I was so young. It's basically unnoticeable now. Whereas there'll be like black adults who get it out of nowhere, and suddenly they've just got white patches everywhere.
There's that famous model, isn't there?
Yeah. So I don't really like. Yeah, I don't consider myself like a sufferer of it. I just can't go out in the sun for too long.
Next question: are you planning a proper retirement from podcasting, or just seeing how it goes after 18 months?
See how it goes
If you're waiting less than 18
from day
months.
one. Really,
Yeah.
it's not like I don't know.
If you're less than 18
I mean, I
months.
talked to Dave about this. Like, part of me is like, oh, do you know, it'd be nice to have a break, but I'm sure within like 3 weeks, it's gonna be pissing
you'll
me
be
off.
itching
Like,
You'll hear something I say on a podcast and think, I really want
Fuck's
to
sake,
take the
no.
fuck off.
how do you make fizzy drinks? Piss easy. Get a shitload of sugar and some fruit or whatever. Boil it up in a pan so it makes like a sort of thick syrup. Leave it to
Consume
cool.
it and piss it into a bottle. So
Yeah.
enjoy your midnight resistance.
Yeah. No, then just mix it with soda water, or if you've got a soda stream or whatever. That's pretty much it. There's other ways you can do it, but that's the easiest one. That's the one I do.
How else are you like Michael Jackson, Sean?
Incredible dancing and singing ability.
Pet Monkey.
Yeah, Pet Monkey.
Friends of Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, and Dead.
Funny. They're funny. What is your favourite memory of doing TCGS so far?
Oh fuck, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Has there been one?
Yeah, because there's just been loads of moments where it's just been a proper good laugh. Like, fuck, I don't know. Okay.
You really don't give a shit, do you?
Oh, go on. What's yours then?
What's my favourite moment?
Yeah.
Probably, well, every time Farley fucks up. That's always funny.
Thanks.
That's what I mean. It's a blanket answer, though, isn't it? There's no.
I really
I mean,
liked...
one of mine definitely is the Christmas episode last year.
Oh, yeah. The
I can't
tour
wait for
from
this
last
year.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, God. Of course, the best moment was James Farley and the F-Zero night run.
Yeah.
That was all, I swear, absolutely genuine. He had no idea, and it come out perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fun.
Yeah.
We had the idea for doing this video, months and months before E3. Matt just doesn't know that we've got large parts of next year planned as well. So when Matt is not allowed
the
to
next
watch
year,
it-
I don't think you'll be able to trick me at all.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking.
that's being saved. You don't think we'll be able to trick you?
Bearing in mind, like, all your predictions were nonsense as well.
Exactly. Don't go about. I just think I'm
Is that
like.
good about it?
I just think I don't know if I'm gonna be tricked.
I thought the whole point was that you and me, Dave, were going to go to E3 and that Matt was going to stay here.
That could happen. We're looking
Yeah.
for a sponsor. If you feel that you
Yeah.
could send us to E3 next year, just the two of us,
Yeah.
and go
That'd be
for
rubbish.
Separate rooms. But
No,
you know,
well, yeah.
No, you've been to
Yeah,
the
no,
doctors by then.
yeah,
We're fine.
separate-
Yeah, separate hotels, please. Fucking hell, I want to get some sleep.
Yeah, I just don't think you'll be able to trick me. I don't think you'll be able to give for like a good enough argument.
It's going to be so easy to trick him because, like, he's optimistic, and that's so he'll want everything.
Yeah. You won't want to doubt anything.
Mm.
5 podcasts I'll be listening to whilst I'm away. Hang on, let's have a look.
We have TCGS.
Yeah.
Interface. That's 2.
Yeah.
Even James knows that.
I'm just going to pick some at random. Two Good Boys, Imaginary Worlds, The Illusionist, Song Exploder. Fucking, how many was that? Oh yeah, 20,000 Hertz. Really good podcast about sound and stuff. Oh, interface is a real thing. Yeah, it's not just a running joke. It's a
It's very much a real Vine Joke podcast.
it is very much a real podcast. It's
Yeah.
just that it's not very regular.
No.
Is the-
There you go. Someone says interface is actually really good.
It's okay.
Thanks.
It's certainly better than the other interface.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
God, if you're listening,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, is that still going?
Is it?
I thought it officially died. Like,
No, it came back.
Scientologist confirmed he was joking. Nice.
Our Matt's glass is so big he now needs a VR for the field of view. Basically, yeah. If I don't feel like I'm partially in VR, there's no point.
Do you know what, Sean? You were right about that pizza.
What about it?
The pull. Oh, good.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
new ones.
There's no way it'd actually be slow cooked. It'd just be.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of like stuff
Yeah.
chucked to the top.
Shit, Paul.
Yeah.
It's not very good. You
Well,
got to go with them
banging
into your.
boys.
You should get Two Good Boys on the show.
Two Good Boys.
Yeah.
Who's that?
The Two Good Boys. We've mentioned it on the last Midnight Resistance. You know, Midnight Resistance goes off topic and becomes about stupid shit,
Yeah.
which usually is people's favourite bit. That's Two Good Boys, but for 2 hours.
Who's on it?
Scottish game class.
Okay.
So it's got
Remember
Woodward.
Guitar.
Um,
I know
and
Carl Woodward.
yeah,
I will check that out.
Yeah.
For sure.
it's wicked, very good.
Or just Farley on Two Good Boys.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Really?
Yeah, we talk about all weird sex stuff. I think you'd be alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
You were right with that.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna pimp you out now.
Yeah.
James describes a pizza with as much conviction as he defended Watch Dogs 2. It's true.
So yeah, Guy Woodward and Barry Topping. So I actually didn't mention Barry's name. Both
Just,
very good boys. It's just things like when Guy talks about how he doesn't like cheese, and Barry says, "Well, don't you make lasagna for yourself?" And then Guy explains that he makes cheese without lasagna. Sorry,
They make
lasagna without cheese.
Really?
And then and just Barry's reaction is just the funniest fucking thing.
Was
I've
it
ever
like
heard.
when you told me you'd not played Ocarina of Time?
It was not unlike that. Yeah.
it's Ocarina of Time, yeah?
Yes.
Not Ocarina
I
of
can't
Time.
believe how many years of your life have you said Ocarina
Oh, I don't
of
know,
Time?
David. I don't really care.
Well, you were
It's-
just talking about the Macaulay stuff last week.
Only because you jump on me about anything I ever say.
Yeah, that's true. Can you remember off the top of your head any alternative names we have for the computer game show?
And I can find the dog.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Oh god, we got to find out. Also,
Although actually, my phone's for a new space.
I do remember the Gamer Gators being shot down pretty quickly.
do you? This is a story that we tried to tell on a podcast once, but it didn't come out right, so we cut it. This is totally legitimate.
That's yours as well, by the way.
We when we got the
We were
artwork.
wrong. There was another one.
Fuck's
Oh, shit.
sake!
Well, I don't know.
When we got the artwork through for the computer game show, I emailed it to
yeah.
everyone and said, "Hey, we've got the artwork. There's very different styles. Let me know what you think." Blah blah blah. And then everyone opened them and started laughing at me. What had happened? We got this guy who's brilliant at doing logos and stuff like that to do our podcast logo. When it come back, it was not spelt the way you see it now. It was spelt the computer game show.
yeah, I forgot about that.
C-U-M-P, whatever. The computer game show, and that was because there was a typo in my initial email to him with the brief.
I love the fact that he thought that. That must be
Oh, that's what they
spelling
called it. They called it the computer game show.
It's
Funny
sort of,
lads.
that's the sort of thing David would do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's fine. We did briefly consider whether it might be a good idea to call it that.
No, we didn't.
No, we
No,
didn't.
at no point did we say, "Oh, that'd be funny." If we did, it was to avoid going back to him and asking him to change it.
Yeah.
Go, have you got his stuff?
Sorry, Connor,
my
LM,
phone.
James just casually brushing
That
crumbs
is not
onto
true. I had my other
casually
hand.
brushing crumbs onto the floor when nobody was looking.
That is not true. I had my other hand here.
Also, Connor, you're a fucking grass. You know that? You're a fucking grass. I don't like people like you. You get it?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different show.
What were some of the other names? Because I just don't remember.
Was it Matt's got a
Well,
dog,
I've got
apparently?
no space. Have you not got Google Sheets on your
Because
phone?
didn't we? Because I know we were talking about this joke of it, like just calling it the computer game show as if it's like the only one.
Yeah,
I remember.
I don't like because I suggested, like, yeah, could we call it like literally the only computer game podcast in the world or something?
Yeah.
I remember there being a heated discussion over whether it would be the video game show or the
Yeah,
computer
yeah,
game
yeah,
show.
yeah.
And
And then we went with the video game show, but then that was taken.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, well, I think Jim Sterling did something
Oh, that's right.
early in his career called
Yeah, yeah.
the video Jim Sterling's video game show.
I much
or
preferred
something.
computer gaming. Much preferred.
Yeah, I do prefer computer games as well, actually. Even though you do get people going, but you don't play it on PCs. Shut up. Sheets, yeah.
Well, actually, Xbox Ones appears quite like PCs
I think
nowadays.
you'll find these days that they're all based on...
Times 8.6 architecture.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We didn't really think this out. All we thought was the nappy game.
That's alright, I was quite happy with that.
What's this?
Yeah, like it says computer game
yeah, I
is
think
more
it's a
British.
doc
That is
rather than a
another
sheet.
reason I think we were kind of
That's-
okay
yeah,
with going with it.
that's the
because
thing.
it was like it's a bit
Yeah.
different.
What's this? Don't worry about it. TCGS, yeah, that was a pretty good... we're planning possibly a side project next year. Nothing to do with the computer games or anything.
Which one's this?
I would,
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
say we don't say anything. But we've got a side project possibly planned for next year. And
Is this
The-
the one with the good acronym?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
the
okay.
acronym for that is probably the best one ever. So I really want to... But I don't know why I've said that, because now we're not going to tell you what it is. You're going to get pissed off. The computer game show is just Farley and Dave talking about Dead or Alive.
The
It's-
Nice.
computer games.
Oh, the
Nice.
computer game. Very clever.
Very good.
TCGS is a nice ring to it. Thank you.
But I think TVGS would have as well.
TVGS. TCGS. Yeah, about the same, isn't it?
Either way.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt? You alright?
Just trying to find this.
List of
I
all
can't
time.
actually
You're
down-
running up against that.
I can't actually download the app.
Any other questions, comments? And we'll this might go on the podcast. We're not too sure yet. Probably won't.
No, this wasn't the same.
That would be good. TCGS at TGS. I'd love to go to the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah,
That'd be-
that'd be cool.
Send us. Send
Yeah.
us. Pay the money.
Say us.
Donate.
Say us, I mean them,
Links below.
listening.
Link is below. When did you boys start this? When did we boys start what? The computer game show? Like the account? What? On Twitch?
No, that's not happening. We're not. No more shows live.
What's that?
Okay, yeah. So the podcast started April 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last
April
year.
2016.
Yeah.
That's when the podcast
We
started.
couldn't agree on the date.
Yeah.
We're
Around third or
conflicting
fourth.
evidence.
It's just like Cobain. It's just like Kurt Cobain's. Last day on Earth, because who knows when that could be? Was it the 3rd of May? Was it the 7th of May?
I don't know. I don't get that.
No.
Yeah, and then the Twitch stuff started, what, probably a month or two ago?
Oh, more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we did this Uncharted
Yeah,
series
well, we did little...
years ago.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, of course, yeah.
And then we did little bits, and then obviously Farley did Heavy Rain, and it blew up from there, really.
Yeah, Heavy Rain was good. And then we've been doing a lot of Destiny, and Matt's put an insane amount of effort into
Go on.
getting our Twitch stuff up and running properly.
Talking about
It's
Mario.
true.
I've
put no effort into that. But,
but
Matt's done a good job.
if you like what you see and you don't know about the podcast, if you go to iTunes, the Computer Game Show on iTunes or whatever podcast app you use, there's a weekly show. It's about 2 hours long a week, and it's just us talking about computer games.
Yeah, it's on Pocket Cast, it's on
and
Android,
things.
it's on every service, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the lot.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah,
Like,
get it all.
I absolutely love computer games. James is not as big of a fan of games as we are.
That's
but
not true.
But he loves to hate them.
I don't.
It's-
That's absolutely not true. It's just
Wow.
I don't like to just say everything's amazing. I like to.
No, none of us do that.
Are you joking? You say things are amazing all the time.
Yeah, but I don't say everything's
Okay,
amazing.
name a game in the last 6 months that you've said has not been up to par.
Agents of Mayhem.
Yeah, but even that you were saying was pretty good.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I
I'm
said
pretty
I
certain.
didn't know why it existed.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I think
Maybe I
I
wasn't
did.
listening to that. But
It blocks out the. No one else would be negative on the show. That's my game. If Matt fell off his skateboard doing a trendy trick, would he be more upset to break his arm or his beard?
Oh,
Your
definitely.
arm. It's got to be. Like, break your beard.
Well, if you broke the beard, that's pretty severe. The arm will fix itself. If you broke the beard, what does that mean?
that's interesting.
Would be your
Well, I'd
face
call that,
smashed in, right? What's that?
So Ash Guyver says, on his question, what was the discussion before monetization? How quickly do you feel you've sunk into the sellout hole, LOL? Kanan Rinces J told me not 2 weeks before they released t-shirts that they would never do that, quote. Are you just copying them and late to the party or dancing on Midnight Resistance's grave?
Well, it's something we spoke
Yeah.
about on JoyPod. It's something we spoke on JoyPod. I was at the age where I never wanted to do anything like that, and that's where that's where I was at the time.
Right.
I'm at an age now where selling out isn't a thing. Like, it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
If you want to ask for money for putting something out there, then fine. And if you get no money for that, then that's fine too, because like people don't want to pay for it. That's fine. And I sort of got a little bit more relaxed to it. There's also a problem with how people expect things. With podcasts, people expect them to be free.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's wrong.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, because they're on the internet. And you know, it's just whatever. But I find it weird that people, like, the first thing that opened me up to the idea that it's more of a perception than anything else is when you see people on Twitch saying donate below, and no qualms, no one's going, what was he talking about? What's fucking money for this? Right? But if you do that on a podcast, that's the reaction you get.
Yeah.
So we're sort of testing the water. The thing is, right, is that it does take time, and that doesn't concern you. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about that and whatever. But if we were able to somehow make a little bit of money for this, not a lot. We're not, expecting to make big bucks or whatever. But just something to, I think for me anyway, it's to say to Joe, look, I know I'm spending 2 nights away from you essentially every week because I've got my headphones plugged in. I'm recording a podcast, but we are getting a little bit of something out of it. You can get some nicer cereals this time. You can get the Kellogg's. You don't have to get the Asda own brand flakes, and that helps.
Is that a comment about the breakfast I've offered you here?
No, it wasn't. But I mean,
I think it sounds like it.
if you're linking it in your head, then there's possibly an issue.
Sean's
You
like,
gave me a
what have
bacon sandwich this morning. It was
you got?
alright.
Yeah, but I gave Sean. It wasn't Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. It was
What was it?
Tesco Crunchy Nut. But
Oh mate,
No,
I'm
it's
so
right.
sorry.
It's
You're
good.
right.
They're fine. They're not the real deal. But I'm not made of money.
That's shocking. So I don't know really, and we're trying things out. And funnily enough, I mean, if you want full disclosure, since we asked on the podcast, about the tip jar stuff, we've had nothing, and everything's been through Twitch. So if that's how what people are comfortable with, then all cool, and whatever. I mean, we just appreciate anything really, and we also appreciate people that can't afford it and don't want to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just whatever. It's like it's literally like just going, like giving you a podcast and going, putting a cup down on the table and walking away and coming back. And if there's no money in it, totally fine.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. Anyway.
I felt so uncomfortable with that because once you can't put that genie back in the bottle once you've asked. And like, it does
What do
change
you
the
mean?
relationship. It does. Saying like it's free and that's how podcasts are. That's how we're doing it for the love, and we love talking about games and stuff.
We
and
are
then once you
doing
say,
it.
"Hey, do you want to pay?" It's like I think it totally changes
Right,
the
okay,
relationship.
so when you started doing Twitch, you had no qualms about putting a tip jar at the bottom of the thing. So what's the difference?
That's mostly because on Twitch that's just what happens. So
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what I'm
so I
saying. It's
put
a
it there.
perceived thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it changes the relationship with the audience. I'm sure there will be people that think we're out of order for doing that, but okay, so don't listen to us or listen to us and never pay. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I don't feel any bad will for that.
Do you think it's a bit of a British thing?
There's a big bit of Britishness about it.
Yeah.
You know,
something like that,
Just
definitely.
like being embarrassed asking for money, basically. Like, it's weird.
And we're not even asking for money. It's just more
Yeah.
like there's a tip jar there.
Yeah.
It's like going into a shop and there's been a mug on the counter. Why is it any different? You get a haircut, drop a couple of quid to the fella, don't you? Eh?
Innit?
Yeah.
I got my hair cut yesterday and the guy called over all the other barbers to touch my head.
Patel.
I've never seen hair this thick. This is unbelievable, I heard.
Is that a reference to this?
No, I feel bad saying that in present company, but there you go. We've got a new
I know,
follower.
yeah.
Thanks for following. Who was that? Thanks.
Loads.
At the end of the day, you're putting time and money into a podcast, so people want to help out with it. That's okay. That is. Some people don't feel like that. They feel like we're selling out or whatever. And
I think
good
people
luck to them.
people
I don't think selling out as a thing is. I used to. Don't get me wrong, but not anymore.
I do think people think that these just come out of thin air and have no costs associated whatsoever and are no effort. Like, I'm not saying certainly not people in the chat. Just, that's definitely an attitude I've come across with. Like, when I first wrote a thing, this is going back years now, wrote a thing about, right, here's how I edit a podcast. and I got responses like, "Oh, I thought you just hit record and then talked and then stopped it and then uploaded it."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, no.
It did sound like that, your podcast, though, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Yeah.
I can see why people would think that. Were you all Chet and John listeners? I know you were, Dave. It's where I first heard you. What, on Chet and John's? That's brilliant, if that's true. I loved their work and wondered if you would say about what you would say about the podcast.
Yeah, I listened to it. I was a fan.
I
Enjoyed it.
loved it.
I was a fan, but I came late because you kept saying you've got to listen to this show. I'm like,
Yeah,
I listen to loads of podcasts every week or every day. So I'm like, I won't bother. It didn't sound great, but then you eventually pushed me into it. And
Yeah.
then, yeah.
I was on
Obviously, I love
Rollmuck. I was on Rollmuck, and someone posted. It was John posted on the podcast thread on Rollmuck saying, "Hey, this is my podcast. If you want to listen to it." And I tend to listen to a lot of the ones that are recommended on there. So I started listening, and instantly I went, "This is good." And it was like episode 2 or 3. And then I was badgering Matt to listen to it, and he finally got around to listening to it. And I think John got in touch with me because on JoyPod I gave him a shout out and said, "You have to listen to this podcast." And then things really started taking off and stuff, and now they're lifelong mates, buddies.
Yeah. Now we're happy to say we're friends with John. But that podcast
And
was
Chet.
so good.
I was going to say,
And Chet. He won't be watching tomorrow. I miss that podcast every day. It's brilliant.
Connor says, "I do think Patreon is better than having to use Twitch because although I enjoy the streams, I'm mainly supporting the pod, but I suppose it doesn't make a difference either way." Well, it does a bit because then Twitch take half of this. So,
that's true, yeah.
but Patreon, I don't know. There's a lot of Patreons out there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. I think you've got to be like really, really, really fucking massive for that. To think about the percentage of people that could. I know, I don't. But
It's
I
a
don't know.
risk.
yeah, that's too far. Wolfski HD. Our Twitter is @ComputerGamePod. Where it shows on the overlay at the top of the screen. But
Yeah, send us
Computer-
a tweet. Send us a tweet so we know
Yeah.
you are. We'll follow you back. An extra follower. Lucky you, Matt. Matt loves that Twitter feed.
yeah, big stuff.
Christmas cast with Gamerdog.
Gamerdog doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Does it?
No.
I don't know.
Is it still? I don't know.
If it did, we wouldn't. And let me explain that.
If it did, then we don't know who's
No,
on
if
it.
it did, if it did, we wouldn't. Thanks and good night.
I love Gamerdog, and I loved podcasting alongside them, like when we were doing Joypod and stuff. Those Christmas shows were a fucking nightmare to do, and it had nothing to do with the people on them. It was the length of time it took to get
It
through
was
them.
insane. That was.
It was, yeah.
What weren't some of them just like 8 hours?
Yeah, we had 8-9 hour
the whole day.
recordings and stuff, and by the end of it, it took like a day to get over. I hated them.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fun, and
Yeah.
listening to them back, I love listening back to them, but it was really just too much. So I like the one we did last year. I really like the one we did last year. So I'm looking forward to the one we're doing.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
didn't
'cause
hear
we-
last year's show, last Christmas show, basically we all had a selection of games which we brought to this.
We were allowed to
Knockout.
nominate 4 games each.
Yeah, it's this knockout tournament basically, and then there'll be rounds of one game versus another. Obviously, that could be a game I'd chosen, but if not, it could be a game I like. We'd all argue the case for one game or the other until we got to an eventual winner. David had been talking about Titanfall 2 all year. That went out in round 1, so it went on from there.
That was snide as fuck as well, because
yeah.
then when someone sent me the images to a little WhatsApp group, you got to work out who the rat is in your.
Yeah, I've had to cut off all ties from everyone.
I think it turned out you took the screenshot. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
like the year-end shows. So with Midnight Resistance, we sort of carried on the getting people from multiple shows together because Joypod wasn't around at that point. But even then, we did 2 of those, and then everyone got kids or just didn't have the time for it, and it's no one wanted to spend 8 hours of their Christmas recording a podcast, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
So I mean, last year I don't think we did anything. Year before we did a quiz, and we got a couple of people in for that. But that was like a half-hour recording.
Here's something. How has it suddenly become? Because I noticed this come up on the last Midnight Resistance. How has it suddenly become Midnight Resistance Christmas shows?
Just because, I don't know, I guess we picked up the ball because
Joypod
Joypod
and
was
Gamerdog,
Yeah.
and then Joypod and Gamerdog and Midnight Resistance,
Yeah.
and then obviously Joypod. But come on, you should always correct that. Well, actually, it was the Joypod thing, and we stole it. Right.
So do you listen back? Do we listen back to any old stuff?
I do occasionally, yeah.
I never.
I
Yeah,
never do.
some of it I cringe at, some of it I think
Yeah,
pretty
I
decent.
mean, every week I listen back to the show because I want to know how it can be better. And,
Yeah,
and,
that's
and,
important to do. Really.
and what
I don't.
worked, what
He's
didn't
got
work.
no interest in improving.
Rarely if ever do I listen back to it.
Yeah, every week
It's,
I listen and think, okay, well, I could have done it better, or that was good, or that didn't work, or we should. Yeah, so every week I do that.
Hearing my
and
voice,
rip it
so
apart
it's,
every week.
That is a fucking good question. Any rough
Good man
ideas
up the
on
top.
what this year's Tides 2 versus Overwatch scandal will
Thing is,
be? There's definitely...
I definitely will be on that as big because last year it's really only you who are like really like Tides 2, so we're
Yeah.
all like we've got to give it a Tides 2.
Yeah.
This year it's been an incredible year for games. The big ones like Zelda, I guess Destiny, you know,
Yeah.
like all of us love those. So
Well,
I can't think of a game where just one of us loves it and they've done everyone else's fucking nut in talking about it.
yeah, no, well, the future unfolding is probably going to go out early, but I
Yeah.
find that understandable. It depends what it goes out to. That's. I might get angry if it goes out
The
to
thing is,
something.
it's such a good year. There's gonna be like there's gonna be just gold every round. It's not like, hey, oh, this versus.
It's going to be fucking difficult.
I
yeah,
don't know what's
like-
going to happen when it comes to Destiny 2 versus Zelda.
Yeah, that's going to be
That's going to be quite a
because like
Yeah,
obviously
it's
there's
quite a
games
lot.
I'm going to bring that I, you know, like you were saying like with Yakuza and stuff. You're going to put them in, but you know they're not
Yeah, that's
going
true.
anywhere.
Yeah, I feel really bad for like
There's no way that anyone's going to vote for Persona 5.
Or like Neil
And
Automata.
yeah,
Neil
definitely
Automata
on
as
your
well.
own on
And
that.
that kills me.
Neil
That is an
Automata is
amazing
gonna be
game.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
Man up the top.
Any rough ideas? Oh, right, no, we've done that one. Ash Guyver says, what is the best snide conspiracy of TCGS? Where any stage? No, there was something where there are times where people know that something's happening. I'm trying to think of like big moments. Not a lot of it's staged. None of it's really staged, is it? I mean, like I might say to James, I'm probably going to talk about this week, and James got a heads up that I know that I'm going to bash him about something. But it's not like I
It's
don't
better
tell
if we
him.
don't warn each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the reactions are so much better.
Yeah.
Like take that for example, the Titanfall
Yeah.
knocked out.
That
Genuinely
was
wasn't
totally
staged.
organic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was legit.
And we knew what was going on. I'm
Well,
trying to
I
think
mean,
of
with
other
that,
big moments.
only myself and Farley said we've got to get rid of tights.
And we weren't sure if Sean would be on board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
only
yeah.
when it's like
Yeah,
wobbling
it's
like
a
Overwatch. We're like, get
Yeah.
rid of it now, kill it now.
I still
This
revisit
is the dream.
Yeah, this is the dream.
I still revisit the Walking Dead shows on Joypod. They were brilliant,
They were
and it was
very
mainly
good.
because James was a psychopath throughout his playthrough.
Fucking hell.
That was because they were great because it was like those games were like at times like emotionally harrowing.
Yeah.
And yet we managed to get a proper laugh out of it. Just
Yeah,
because of weird decisions he was making.
And then
like,
Matt ended up with
Weird
Joss Ben.
decisions, yeah.
Let's not.
Beautiful.
Weird decisions like not taking a child into like an incredibly dangerous environment.
No, weird decisions like handing a gun to his dad and telling him to shoot his
Yeah,
own
well
kid.
that was
Actually, I
misjudged,
remember
obviously. But
Yeah.
no, but there was reasons for that as well because Kenny had been. Oh, no, I don't want to get into that again. this was years ago.
Because Kenny had been.
it's all a matter of public record.
What are the games that have affected you emotionally the most? I played Braid after my dad died. Oh my god. And the distraction of things at the time change will always stay with me. That's a very sad story, but
It is.
games are fantastic to drag you. Like people always say about, I just want to break from reality and I just want to, get away from the troubles of life. I've had that. I mean, I spoke about it on the show. I've had that situation where my granddad, who means a hell of a lot to me, had a stroke, and what I did was sat and played Civilization. Like I think it was Civilization, and that was literally doing that. That wasn't me going, yeah, and probably the wrong team.
Moment, but it's
that literally dragged me out of a real situation, and I needed something like that. So, that's happened quite strongly with me. So I get what you're saying. Games are amazing for that stuff.
Are we talking about an emotional point now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was
then
pretty
we got
much.
Ben.
And then we got
Yeah,
Ben,
yeah,
black
he
and white.
was my
canvas.
support. So
Time limit.
Damien,
Okay, who else? Smash.
yeah, I mean, just emotionally, yeah. I mean, Walking Dead season 1 is the one definitely.
Yeah.
Nothing's touched that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one. Read the room, Matt.
Mass Effect 3 is probably up there for me.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember his fucking name now. The assassin lad, the alien.
Oh, yeah,
Drell.
yeah.
What was he called? Fuck, I can't remember.
I've forgotten his name as well.
Him dying was amazing.
Yeah.
When you think his son's reading that eulogy, and it's like, no, that was for you, Shepard. Like, that was really smart. Not Garrus. Garrus didn't die. Anyone who lets Garrus die in Mass Effect, there's no words.
Yeah, it was
I think he
Thane.
survived on
It
mine.
was
Thane. It
Yeah,
was
Thane,
Thane.
that's
Yes,
it.
Thane.
Connor
Connor.
knows.
When was the last time I played Tights?
Okay, well, you love
Probably
it so
about 2
much.
months ago.
Oh.
Probably
And
about 2 months ago.
that's a fucking shame because they've added that co-op.
Yeah,
co-op,
I'm
but,
dying to get back on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
we've
trying to
not
get
done
my
it,
mates to do it. But
Can we play that one day though? 'Cause
absolutely,
I've never
120%.
Castatonic Ali says to the moon. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
It was okay.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
it
that
didn't
really got
kill me, that one.
Did it not?
And
No, it didn't.
again, nothing like Walking Dead season 1, but that definitely.
The closest
got
I've
to me.
come to crying over a game was probably the end of The Last Guardian.
Oh
Really?
Yeah, that got me big time. I thought it
Shame
was
the
really good.
shame the game's shit.
The game was if the game was
Yeah,
decent,
crying because of the controls.
The game was not shit. It was a good game. I enjoyed that.
it was
It was a good game.
I hated that thing. Frontier Defense. Life is Strange. Life is Strange. I've got a weird emotional connection to that series.
Yeah.
The characters in it, the music, the setting,
Yeah.
the vibe of the whole thing.
I had
is
emotional
fantastic.
connection with the game, definitely, but obviously, again, nothing like Walking Dead. It was, definitely the pull, but
No,
There was bits in that that were
probably
like.
stronger than Walking Dead.
You remember there's like that quite shocking bit in about the third chapter. I
oh,
think.
Yeah.
Like with the camera angles and all that.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
proper
yeah.
clever.
So what?
That was,
You've not played Before the Storm yet?
No, not yet.
My
No, I'm really looking forward to
that
it.
first episode
I
is
haven't played
just
it
so
either
well done.
It is
But
good.
it's got a lot wrong with it.
So
don't get me
have
wrong,
all of them
it's
come
really
out
good.
now?
No, just
No.
first one.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
That's the
catch
first
up now.
one. Retro Red saying what remains of Edith Finch. It is such a fuck up that I've not bought or played that yet. Because everyone says it's like it's the fucking perfect walking simulator if you have to use
Yeah,
that term. Like,
I
apparently
wanna
it's
play
stunning.
Yeah.
Nier Automata, yes. Yeah, really surprised by how emotional that got.
Yeah, see, regarding
Good
Game of the Weird
fucking
stuff, I know everyone says it's amazing, but I haven't played it and we haven't played it, and I feel like we all need to play it because it feels like a real
It's,
special
yeah,
game.
it's one that I'm bringing in and I'm aware it's going to die, but it needs to be represented.
What was it?
Maybe I'll try and pick it up for India because I don't know much about it other than people saying it's amazing, and I've heard about the crazy endings and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I want to try it just to.
It's not just like it's not just that it's emotional. It's that it's so smart in the way that it presents things and
But it's
so
weird.
good.
I've never cried at a game, and that's not me being a big man because the like films I'm a nightmare with. Like
Yeah.
I cry at films so much.
Mhm.
Like and DIY SOS. If you want to see me cry, and stick an episode of DIY SOS on, I'm gone.
Why?
You never seen that?
Is that we do up someone's house? and-
Yeah, and they've got someone's very ill there,
Oh, okay.
or they've been through a really tough time or whatever, and you hear the stories throughout, and then you see their faces at the end, and what gets me is the way the family are talking to each other while all this amazing shit's going on around them, and I just cry. That's it. I'm gone. But the other one was Future Unfolding. I know I mention it a lot, but the night that I completed it, I think part of it was that I had headphones on all the time, so all the music was like really like playing into my head. And the imagery at the end of that game is, it doesn't say anything. I didn't know what it was about. It didn't make any sense, but it was so bright and just I don't know what happened. I was just wow. Like by the end of it, I sat in silence just looking at the credits, and I never do that with games.
Yeah.
So that was a big one.
Oh,
Live
yes.
stream
That's
if
so
you
cool.
guys playing Life is Strange would be cool. Yeah, like making joint decisions. Like, or, you know, yeah, that would be like voting which way to go.
They did that with. I mean,
Telltale
Telltale do
games,
that
yeah.
with the Walking Dead with their games now. Like
What do you mean?
it's like you can play it like co-op.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
log in
brilliant.
with your phone and you make decisions. Or,
Yeah.
Connor's just talking about Lost Odyssey. Yes, the 1,000 Years of Dreams, which are just these little short stories,
Yeah.
like peppered throughout the game. Yeah, they're fucking stunning. And often really sad as well.
Any of you lads do anything creative outside of podcasting?
Define creative, like
Do you do
I
anything?
I really enjoy cooking, but I don't know if that's creative. I feel like it's something that not everyone puts a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, I write and produce my own musicals, but other than that, I can't really think of
Cats.
anything.
Yeah.
I
I
did
love
alright, didn't
that
it?
was one of your
That's
timers, yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, man.
I mean, obviously, most of us write as well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like-
writing a book.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm
like-
not
Cool.
right.
Yeah, I've got a contract. It's kind of good.
You've got a contract.
Yeah, he's an official.
But that's more career stuff rather than
Yeah.
Well,
like,
it's
stuff.
not a
So it is,
graphic
yeah.
novel or whatever.
I mean, I used to be a musician, but it's been a long fucking
What
time.
did
Like
you play? I bet you played bass.
I
Yeah,
guitar, mate.
little band called the
guitar.
little band called the Who. Not sure if you're aware of them.
The Beatles.
was Ringo.
But yeah, like I mean, I listened
Ringo
to
Bell.
stuff that I did, like
So good.
no, listen to stuff I did sort of 10, 15 years ago, and literally no idea how I did it. Like it feels like it must have been someone else. So that's weird.
I used to do stand up. That's creative, I guess, isn't it?
Mhm.
Used to do stand up. That's what got me into podcasting because there was no comedy clubs in Milton Keynes, and I moved there. So I decided to record my voice on the internet.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Have you deleted the? I sent you and James videos of me practicing when I did a gig a few years
Oh
ago.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Did you delete them?
It depends where you send them to. If they're in Gmail, they're probably still there.
Please delete them because
They get published tonight, midnight. Be there. YouTube.com/.
if we get to 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Is anyone else fucking wincing at that comment there, by the way?
Which one?
I wasn't going to mention it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What's your book, James?
Yeah, what are you a doctor in?
I'm a doctor in history. That's my. Yeah. I'm that.
Athene Allen subscribed.
Cheers,
Boom.
Athene.
Athene in the house. I'll get in. Thank you for your money. What do you get when you cross? Oh right, okay. There's just bad jokes in there, is there? Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
don't
need
even
to go on that
thing.
comedy night thing.
Can we stop now?
He's just waiting for Athene to sob.
it's-
Yeah,
There's
we got the
this.
$5.
It's
Fuck it.
bad jokes and I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
You go to bed.
No, I'm joking.
James needs a shit. Okay, well, what's the time now?
What was it? 22:11.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll
I mean,
stop. We'll
we've
stop
been
at 1.
podcasting for a
We'll stop
long
at
time
1.
today.
1 a.m. We'll stop.
Yeah, 1 a.m. is a good time to stop, isn't it? 1 a.m.
Cool.
Yeah, well, it's sort of a little bit less than that. Twitch take a cut, Adam. And then,
Yeah, we basically get half. So for each side, we get 250, Twitch get 250.
The rest goes to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So,
Right, okay, that's
Yeah.
enough.
Oh wow, here
So-
we go. Right, I assume these are just bots. If not, that's very sad, isn't it?
The old band hammer out.
Why do we love video games so much?
That's interesting. I hope I never stop loving video games. I hope I never get bored of things like E3 or just like why the Apple conferences. People were saying, it's Tuesday was Apple conference, for instance. I was like running home to watch that. I hope I never lose that excitement
Yeah.
about E3 or Gamescom
Yeah,
or
same.
a new game coming out or a new console. I hope I never do. Like,
No, I love it.
I
It's
hope
just
everyone-
it's so fun. It's just fun to play. I love it. Yeah, that's it. What's up, Athene?
Yeah, what are you apologising for? Oh, I see.
no,
you
it's 'cause
brought
it's all the
brought all the bots with the crap jokes.
Why did
Is
you?
that the...
Why did you bring the box? How are you linking that to yourself?
You got to get also Banhammer on apparently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. We do use PayPal Me, don't we?
Yeah, you can go to paypal.me/a computer game show if you want to drop us a tip, or streamlabs.com again /the computer game show. There are links on our Twitch page if you want to do that.
Guy made that's me, isn't it? I'm on the left.
Sorry, sometimes I don't know what a joke is, and I just crack on like it's like the other day there was a chicken crossing the road, and I just laughed.
That's the end of the stream, so we will see you on the yeah. So when you have a chance, what co-op games will you play? Yeah, we'll definitely be playing some Trackmania for
Trackmans.
sure. That's not really
Yeah, but we should probably play another game. I mean, that's what we've been playing.
There must
all
be
weekend.
one
Do
other
you know,
game.
do you know what I miss?
We've not played
Playing-
any Salmon Run yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could play it. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
I mean,
Oh,
Matt
yeah,
can't.
Matt's
That's his fault.
Oh, yeah, I've got plenty of tidying up to do.
Oh yeah.
No, I'll tell you what I miss playing like these sorts of things was like fighting games. That never happens anymore.
Yeah, but
Oh,
we
used to
still
Dead or
play
Alive
Dead or
and
Alive
stuff,
every
but-
now and then.
Yeah, but nobody's
Yeah.
interested anymore.
No.
It's,
That's the
Oh no,
one.
they're not bots. They're actually responding to things that we're doing. That's embarrassing, isn't
Who's
it,
that?
for them?
yeah.
But yeah, hey ho.
I do like Ripper Fat Zoot, my lord.
That's
That's going to tattoo.
Donk.
We did talk about playing Overcooked, didn't we?
Yeah, have any of us got it?
Oh, we were going to do 1-2 Switch, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
There's nothing, yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got to play 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But yeah, has anyone got Overwatch here for the PS4?
Nope.
Yeah.
Overwatch, Overcooked.
Oh right. No. I don't know why he's asking, but yes, I have.
Stupid. Steam games now.
I mean, to be
we
fair,
are
it's-
recommending-
Didn't Overcooked came for the Switch, didn't it? Is it been
it
fixed?
did,
Switch.
yeah. I think they've patched it now.
Ramala
So it's
Patel.
not shite anymore.
Right, there's got to be some sort of modding going on in the chat. And we got mods.
I haven't turned it on.
We haven't turned on.
Like, I had some bots where they were also like.
No, but we've got mods, haven't we?
On Discord.
Are we buying the Bethesda games on Switch?
Yes.
No.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, I'm tempted with Skyrim. I mean, if Doom is half decent and
have you played Doom?
Well, I played the first level of Dave's call.
Okay.
Can I borrow it? Have you got it?
No. You can't sign up.
Would you guys ever dive
cheers.
into board games? Absolutely not.
Thanks for that, Jax.
What's wrong with board games? They're all right. Other than the pain in the arse because you don't have a computer doing most of it for you. They're good.
Okay, Connor, any plans for some Mixer co-streams when PUBG and I don't know what the other two are?
Athene, yes, it is a Monster Hunter
What's
shirt.
these fucking acronyms?
Ramala Patel.
But yeah, PUBG, yeah, I mean,
PUBG is also really irritating when you hear people
It's
say it
it's
as well.
just a really annoying. I just hate
PUBG.
acronyms.
I'm playing PUBG.
Yeah.
I'm not
anyway,
bored with that. Matt dropped it first on the podcast, and I was a bit like,
but that's what I'm calls it. But are you gonna get PUBG when it comes out?
almost definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure
I
about.
may play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds when it
Oh!
goes out. but-
Yeah, I was to say that.
On my Xbox One
Yeah.
entertainment system.
In terms of like Mixer co-streams, I mean it's a great idea, but not all of us have Xboxes, and also I don't know, I'd prefer Twitch. But yeah, I mean, State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, PUBG definitely would definitely do some streaming for that. That's going to blow up on Xbox when it comes out in November.
Yeah,
whenever it
Sorry,
is.
it's like a bit of Toad just said J-Far on the PUBG.
It's your boy J-Far on the PUBG tonight, boys. Okay,
Ramala
guys. God.
Just hate acronyms.
Right,
That's
okay.
the Blade Trailer 2 trailer was shite. Sorry.
We should boycott a night, I reckon.
Please,
Yeah.
because I want to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay,
James,
well,
I told you James wants to shit.
Thank you ever so much for watching. It's been amazing to have you along for watching the show and also this After Dark stream.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Sounds
different.
really sinister.
That's
when you
fine.
put that.
I can end it.
Maybe we'll carry on now.
Is that the knobhead?
That's
Yeah.
a knobhead, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
end it.
That's right. Alright then. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you on
Any last words, Sean? This is
Yeah, this is your last chance to
This
say
is it.
goodbye to
This is.
Alex.
I mean, I'm sure we prepared a speech. Tearful.
No. I mean, because it's carrying on, so I don't
Yeah.
feel like I have to.
What's carrying on?
The show.
Yeah, no, it's going to be
I
better. I
don't-
think.
Yeah, might
Gonna
be an
go on to
improvement. You
bigger
never know.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you come back, I mean, you have to talk to our agent rather than.
That's
just
true,
go on
yeah,
WhatsApp
yeah,
if
yeah.
It'll be
It's
ridiculous.
gonna be
It'll be ridiculous.
It will be like that situation where you came back on. Was it you came back onto the podcast and James had taken your space? What happened?
No, it's the other way
It's
round.
the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, James come back onto the podcast and Sean had taken it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awkward.
Then we had a fall for a while, didn't we?
You had what?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah,
Then.
there's
Yeah.
4 of us.
Right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. Get a band hammer out, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Also,
bad
yeah,
now.
David did get his games from me. That did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.